Hello everyone. In my last Q&A video, I promised that I would do a follow-up with some of the questions that I wasn't able to answer in that first video, plus a call for additional questions. This video is the answer to that promise. A follow-up Q&A where I answer some of the questions I wasn't able to address in that first Q&A some months ago, and I put out a call for more questions on Instagram, and I was completely blown away by how many questions you guys submitted. A lot of questions. Obviously, I can't answer all of them, and some of them did kind of overlap. So when there was overlap of a question that was asked many times in different ways, I'll just answer the one basic format that is the heart of the question people are asking. Emily's Dead XO asked, how often did you go to the parks before quarantine? And a smiley face. Smiley face back to you, Emily. Thanks for the question. The simple answer to that is a lot. I went to the parks a lot. I currently live within about 15 minutes of the Walt Disney World area, so a quick trip over to any of the parks was just absolutely wonderful before all this started, but I only made that move in January. Before that, I lived in Miami, Florida, about 4 hours south of Orlando. And what I had been doing for the past several years is driving to Orlando almost every weekend. I know, but it's just what I wanted to do. So almost every weekend for many, many years. Before I started doing that, I drove up like once a month or every other month. Once everything is open again and safe and good, I'll be going a lot again to all the theme parks and all the attractions, probably several times a week, and I'm excited for that. I just love it. I love doing it. It makes me happy. Jenny Girl 75 asked, who or what inspired you to start your own channel? Good question, Jenny. Thanks for that. I've talked about this a little bit here and there, but this streamlines it into one question and one answer, so I'm gonna give it to you. Before I even knew that YouTube existed, and probably before YouTube existed, I think, I used to love watching travel shows. I particularly loved travel hosts like Rick Steves, Anthony Bourdain, and Samantha Brown, and many, many others, but those are kind of like my top three that I watched everything they did. I really loved their personalities. I loved what they brought to the table as far as bringing us with them to their travel destinations. I loved their style. All three are so different, but all three kind of focus on the human factor and just bring something special to the table. Watching all of them, of course, in the back of my mind, I always thought it would be so cool to do something like that one day. I don't know what, but something. I used to play music, so I would write lyrics and poems and things like that, and that led me to blogging. And I've been blogging for many, many, many years, but nothing that I really published or shared, just kind of for myself. Eventually, I started the Super Enthused blog in 2015, where I would write up basically trip reports. So if I would go to the Florida Renaissance Festival, I would write up a trip report of my weekend at the festival, include photos, give reviews of what I ate, the shows I watched, things like that. When I would go to Disney World, the first time I went to Wizarding World of Harry Potter, I wrote up a trip report on that. And I loved doing it, but you know, it was just basically for me and like my friends who wanted to see it. At some point, I started watching YouTubers, but before that, I basically just used YouTube like as a tool on an as-needed basis. Like if I wanted to learn a hack for something or watch silly funny videos, I would watch them, but I wasn't subscribed to anyone. And eventually I did start to subscribe to YouTubers, and I started watching adventure YouTubers and trip and travel YouTubers and Disney and theme park focused YouTubers. At first just Disney. And then I realized what I'm doing with my trip reports is a vlog. It's a blog, and a vlog is a video log of the blog. It's just, you know, it looks fun, let me try it. So I did. I gave it a try. I did my first 2 vlogs. My first was visiting Main Street USA to check out the Halloween decorations. Nothing too thrilling, but you know, it was my first. My second vlog was tasting Japanese candy at Tate's Comics in South Florida, a very large, famous, awesome comic store that I love going to, and they do these like Japanese candy and treat tasting events, and they're really fun, so I vlogged it. Didn't know what I was doing, didn't know how to edit, but I did it anyway and learned along the way like most people do. Then Hurricane Irma happened. And I was in an evacuation zone in Miami. I had no hurricane shutters. So me and my friend, and we took some dogs and we went to Knoxville, Tennessee. Just get out of town. So I vlogged the trip, and the vlog is still up. It's my 3rd video ever. It's on my channel if you want to watch it. It's mostly like music over montages of the trip with little bits of me talking and explaining what's going on, and some captions that I like put over the montages explaining what was going on. And it's still enjoyable for me to watch as a memory, but also to see how far I've come, hopefully, in storytelling and editing and narrating my videos. Always fun to see how far you have come. Sorry for my squeaky chair, it's very squeaky. So that's kind of the process of what inspired me to start the Super Enthused YouTube channel in August of 2017. Next question is from Jeremy Hebel, and it's kind of a variation on the first question, but since it's enough of a variation, I'll answer it. And it's, what is the first park you want to visit whenever things go back to normal? The first park I probably want to visit is either Magic Kingdom or Epcot. I will be happy with either, but it's also going to be a matter of which park they open first. If there are phased openings and Hollywood Studios opens first, then probably go to Hollywood Studios first. I always go back and forth on what's my favorite park. Is it Magic Kingdom or Epcot? I love them both so much in different and similar ways, and I think I would be equally thrilled to be at either, but there's just more attractions at Magic Kingdom. So AntCap09 asked, what's my favorite type of Girl Scout cookie? That's an easy one, s'mores. Used to be Thin Mints, but I think I ate so many Thin Mints I got sick of them, and now I just can't even look at a Thin Mint anymore, and the s'mores cookies are. AntCap also asked a follow-up as to hot or iced coffee. Hot coffee in the morning, iced coffee in the afternoon. Easy. Unless it's a very, very hot morning. GTI03 asked, when did you know you wanted to leave Miami and head to Orlando? Good question, and I don't know if there's a specific date, because I'm gonna say always. I think that I've wanted to move to Orlando for many, many years, and inside of me I always knew I eventually would. Of course, I'm gonna move to Orlando one day, one way or another, but you know, things come up, like I was in a band and I was touring around, and then I went to college, and then I went to graduate school, and then I got a good job, and all these things happened. And I think that over the last 2 years of driving up every weekend, I finally was like, okay, I just need to make this happen. I need to figure out the job situation, find a place to live, and just go. And when I knew that my lease was running out in Miami apartment, and it was either renew the lease, find a new Miami apartment, or make the move, I knew it was time to make the move. So I did, and I could not be happier. And even though, like, what, 2 months and a few weeks after I made the move, everything shut down, that's okay, because I know everything will reopen and I'll be here. So I'm very grateful, very, very grateful. Adventures of Karak and, oh, the rest of the name got cut off. Adventures of Karak and Freya. It's a long Instagram name, so part of it got cut off, but it looks like it says Adventures of Karak and Frey or Freya. But Adventures of Karak and Frey and or Freya, they asked, what's your favorite episode of The Office? That's a great one. I love The Office. I know a lot of people's favorite or least favorite episode is A Dinner Party, and I do love that one. I especially love any Halloween or Christmas episode. I love the Halloween and Christmas episodes so much, but probably I'm gonna have to say Threat Level Midnight, because that's the episode where I learned to do the scarn, and that really means something. Next question. Lisa McBrayer asked, how are you guys doing? And by you guys, I'm assuming she means me and Sam. I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there, you know, trying to stay hopeful, and he is as well. He's in England. I'm here. We're waiting for it to be okay for him to come back, or me to go there. I was supposed to be going to England next week, and we were gonna go to Alton Towers and Fulton Park and all of these cool things, but like a lot of people, A lot of my travel has been postponed, which is, you know, just, it's part of what's happening to everyone. It's not just me. So that's postponed, but as soon as he can come back and it's okay to come back, he'll be back. Or me go there. But we just don't know. But doing the best we can. Thank you so much for asking, and I hope that you're okay too. And if you're watching, let me know how you're doing in the comments. Brandy and Dave asked, Brandy or Dave? That's a trick question. Gigi. This is a question that was asked a few different times, a few different ways. Punk Life 54 asked, would you ever join a band again? SJ Bear 99 asked, do you miss playing in bands and touring? Short answer, I do not miss it, and I don't think I would ever do it again. Under the right conditions, I could see it as a possibility performing again. Maybe like, I don't know what I have in my head, ideas, maybe for performing again, or even like writing songs and putting them online, maybe. But it's not something I have a burning passion or desire to do the way that I do with the YouTube channel, the videos, and the blog. So I don't know, but I don't like miss it, but I don't regret it either. I have such wonderful memories from playing music and touring the country, and it's part of what ignited my love of traveling and seeing this wonderful country and other countries. So it was a great experience, a wonderful, wonderful learning experience, but I don't miss it, and I don't think I'd want to do it again. Punk Life 54 also asked, are you friends with the other theme park vloggers? I talked about this in my last Q&A, so I don't want to rehash the whole thing. If you want to know more, go back and watch my last Q&A, but the short answer is yes, I definitely am. I've made some awesome friends by doing this very naturally and organically, just because we see each other around, we're into the same things, you know, you start talking, you start chatting, you become friends. It just happens very naturally, like anyone in any like sport, hobby, job, anything that like a lot of people do together and have in common, you make friends. And you will see my friends from time to time in my videos. And just because you don't see someone in my videos doesn't mean they're not my friend. Some people just, our schedules don't match up for making videos, but we may hang out outside of that. So, but yes, I've definitely made some awesome friends. I love them. They're wonderful, and it's one of the wonderful like benefits of doing this that I didn't expect at all. I didn't start my channel or start YouTube to make friends. Like, I have friends, I'm happy. I wasn't like, oh, let me do this to make friends. It just happened as a byproduct and has been a wonderful byproduct of it. It's actually how Sam and I met, through our YouTube channels. We've both been watching each other since our channels were very, very small. Sam was in my first ever live stream. Vinzaman said, no question, just a comment. Love your vlogs. Stay safe and healthy. Thank you, Vinzaman. You too. Stay safe and stay healthy, and thank you so much. JT Foltz asked, where do you want to travel the very most? I don't even have to think about this one. Tokyo. Probably my top dream travel destination, and has been for several years, is Tokyo. Yes, I want to go to Tokyo Disneyland, and yes, I want to go to Disney Sea, but more than that, I want to walk the streets of Tokyo, go into a ramen shop. I want to see all of the famous, beautiful streets, the architecture, the style, the fashion. I want to go to Kyoto. I want to go to temples. I want to do it all. I want to go to Tokyo and surrounding areas real bad. And it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when. But that's my number one. Spin001 asked, what's your favorite Disney theme park music and favorite Disney movie music? I don't have to think about that one either. My favorite Disney parks music, well, there's two. One, the music playing on Main Street USA, and two, the music playing in Future World in Epcot. My favorite Disney movie music is Cinderella, hands down. I just love every song in Cinderella. I love the music so very much. Maybe because it's such an early memory for me. I don't know, but it's my favorite. There were several questions about what's my top travel destination. I could go anywhere in the world, where would I go, and things like that. Littlest Hobo also asked if I could visit anywhere in the world, where would I go, and would be the first thing that I would eat. And that's gonna go back to Tokyo, and the first thing I would do is go to a ramen shop and have some sweet, sweet ramen. Chart Room Bar asked, Which Disney resort would you like to stay at for 2 weeks? I would love to stay at Disney's Polynesian Resort for 2 weeks. That'd be awesome. Just go out, like, watch the fireworks on the beach every night, go watch the movies on the lawn, have a Dole Whip whenever I want, hear the beautiful Polynesian island music. Oh, love it. Cameron Carr asked, do you have any tattoos? Are there any you are wanting to get? Thank you for the question. No, I do not have any tattoos. I don't think anything bad of tattoos at all. I think they're cool. I like admiring what other people have. I just never had the desire to get one, and at this point I don't think that I will. Like, if I haven't gotten one by now, I'm just gonna ride this out and not get any. But I love seeing all the creative and beautiful pieces that other people get. Lawrence Travels asked, how did you and Sam meet? I kind of addressed this, and I did talk about it a little, I think, in my last Q&A or live stream or something, but we met through YouTube. We became friends because we liked each other's channels, and we've both been watching each other's channels for like 2 years or however long we've been doing this, like since very, very early on. And we just became friends, you know, we started chatting, we became friends, and then we liked each other a lot. And we just hit it off. And it's just very like natural process, which is really, really nice. It's great. I think we'll wrap this up with the last question, which is from B. Mullen 1968. What snack are you most looking forward to eating once any of the parks are open? I am looking forward, oh, you know what I'd love? I'd love to go to Baseline and get that like charcuterie board and a frosty beer. Oh, I would love that right now. Is that a snack? Does that count as a snack? Or picture it, an iced coffee from Starbucks in one hand, a Mickey pretzel in the other, walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. Walk to the hubgrass, sit in the hubgrass, drink your iced coffee, eat your Mickey pretzel, stare at the castle. Oh, is a parade going by? How fun! Parade, fun, everything, yay! Birds, hubgrass. Yeah, perfect. There are more questions than that, but I think that I've answered a good amount in this video, and I also think that I answered some that were asked multiple times in different like wording, and I kind of condensed them into one, and hopefully I addressed the question that you asked. And if I didn't, leave it in the comments of this video and I will save them for the next Q&A. Thank you to everyone who asked questions. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys caring and interacting and just being part of this community. It's really, really nice. I hope that you liked my nature video, walking the nature trails at Tibet Butler Park. If you missed that, check it out. I'll link it somewhere so that you can see it, because it's a very, very beautiful park with very accessible, lovely trails, and it's 15 minutes from Disney World. And I'm gonna be bringing more in that kind of like series of like nature parks near Disney World and other things that are outside of the parks, but still really cool, beautiful, fun Florida things to do in a video series that will be just ongoing. Just ongoing. But I'll have another one for you very, very soon, actually. Have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, as always, stay enthused. Bye.